Hello and welcome to Tara's Daily Insight and the Open Door, your spiritual caffeine. My name is Mitchell and it is Saturday, June 1st, 2013. And I'm going to go ahead and put a link right here that you can jump back to the Fool's spread that I did at the beginning of the year because today is the first day of the month. So I'll be pulling that card back out, which is the Death card, and utilizing it for today's reading. I'll be drawing 3 more cards in addition to that and giving you that insight. I hope you set the intention like I did before that scrolled by on the screen. And I thank you for subscribing, following, being a fan and sharing and tweeting all this information. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. At the end of our open door, I have a question from someone that I'm going to let Team Spirit answer. It was more of a personal one, but I'm still going to do that. So if you ever have a question that you want answered from the other side, just shoot it to me in an email. So pulling out the Death card, but also 3 other cards, and they are going to be the Hanging Man, and followed by the High Priestess, and finally the Page of Wands. So very interesting. I will tell you that I started a video at about this time, about 1:30, 1:45, it completely froze. It started jumping back and forth. Normally I continue, but Spirit said stop it and change it. And the cards are very different. So let me go ahead and bring in the Death card and once again talk about that. So the Death card is about endings, bringing things to a close, finishing up business. Yes, it can be about physical death. It feels like there's going to be less of that and more of like endings and bringing things to a close. You know, this is like a graduation month, so a lot of people are closing up chapters of their lives and stuff like that. So our first card here, other than the Death card for the month, is the Hanging Man. As you can see, the Hangman is a number 12 card, which boils down to our number 3 as well, which is the Empress, which is my card. These are 2 cards that I resonate with from a birth standpoint. Personally, I resonate with the Hermit and 8 of Cups, but these are kind of the birth standpoint. So the Hangman, time is standing still. We're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting. So we're waiting on these endings. We've been waiting for these closures. And when endings happen, beginnings also come. Bringing in the next card, which is our High Priestess. She is one of the most intuitive people in the deck, very powerful. She understands the laws and universal laws and has great knowledge, as you can see in her hand, what appears to be the Torah, and then the knowledge, the fruit of knowledge. So I feel like, and I'll come back to the whole feeling. So moving on, and then the final card, the Page of Wands. The pages often bring news to the king and queen of the court. They often are children, younger individuals, sometimes a little more immature. Wands are creative and fire, the element of fire. So they can have a fun and playful, quick burning attitude, if you will. So putting all 3 of these cards together, along with the month of the Death card of the month. So putting all that together, it seems like the waiting is over. And I'm going to say that this is about your development of your intuition. You have been working and are working on your intuition, very much so. This really speaks very clearly. The end and the waiting is over. The intuition is going to be heightened. The growth is going to be rapid. I feel like you're going to be able to pick up the news and be able to assimilate it and regurgitate it back out. So you're going to be able to process it and give the information back. So I know many of you have always been working on your intuition and developing that. So here is where the month of June is going to be, I'm hearing, turbocharged. Interesting way to look at this month with the Death card, but I feel like it has to do with bringing things to a close, what you've been working on, kind of like a graduation. You know, you've been working hard for 12 years or 4 years, whatever degree or you're going to get certification, but it's done, it's over. Now comes the real fun work, which is going to be a nice challenge. So all of that being said, I appreciate you watching this Tara's Daily Insight, and I would encourage you to keep the Death card in mind for the month of June. and what it kind of represents. If you didn't watch that full spread video, definitely jump back to that. It was December 30th of 2012, but like I said, I put the link at the beginning of this video. If you're watching this on a phone, I will put the link in the notes and comments below as well, so you can click right to that video. So hang tight for the open door, where at the end of that, I will have a message for Artemis. All right, talk to you in a moment. Well, I took like a minute there in between. So this is the open door. I'm still Mitchell. And thank you for watching. There's like a blue haze behind me. I don't know if you can see that. I did have some sage burning this morning. I felt the need to do that. Like I said, I mentioned the video kept freezing. So hopefully by the time this gets to you, it will be doing very well. So here we are in the open door segment. And I have a question that I'm going to let Team Spirit answer at the end, if there's not something right now from them. I feel like this weekend is kind of a special time for a lot of people. I really want to encourage you. I'm seeing like lots of families together at beaches and poolsides. I really want you to go into this weekend, just like when you start a diet, you're going to have a plan. And you have to eat food. It's part of being in this physical body. But sometimes we overeat, undereat, eat things that might be more limiting and less healthy for us, shall we say. With family, you're going to spend time with them. You're going to have moments where you disagree, where you have heated moments, where you have loving moments, things like that. So with a diet, you have a plan. You know how much you want to eat, maybe where you're going to go. You might not go to a buffet because you might be tempted. What I'm getting at is, even when you spend time with your family, set up kind of an intention and a plan that, okay, I'm going to be spending all day with my family. That means I might need to buffer some time and take a longer bathroom break where I can just meditate, or make a plan that you're going to arrive at a certain time or leave at a certain time. And that may sound harsh, but sometimes you have to, depending on how the family is, you might have to pace yourself with them. So I'm just saying, basically, set a good intention that you're going to have a wonderful time. You're going to know when it's time to leave. You're going to be able to leave freely, or you're going to arrive a little later than the rest, maybe to avoid some things. But bottom line, set the intention to have a great experience with family, especially if they've been known to not have a good experience with them. So all of that being said, I'll leave you with that. And now our question from Artemis. He's writing that he always enjoys, I say he, I could be wrong. Forgive me, Artemis. It's a tiny little icon picture, and that name is foreign to me. Yes, so you'd love to have a message come through for you, your mom, and dad. You've been going through a hard time, and your brother has some mental health problems and a substance abuse problem, and has been admitted to the hospital for the second time. And you said you'd love to have a message from the angels or your guides regarding this situation. You say you know that they are with you and supporting you. Just love to hear what they have to say. So I actually was told to pull some cards with this, so I'm gonna shuffle my deck here just a little bit. This is, and I feel a lot is headed towards your brother here. So let me go ahead and just pull these cards here. I'm not gonna load them up at the end too. So I've got the Nine of Wands. So this is showing me that the heavy work and load and burden that's there. And the angels, and I'm using the word angels because that's where I feel this message is coming from. And I'm starting to get nice and sweaty here. So that shows me that there's healing going on here. They're telling me that this is very challenging and difficult for your brother as well. I'm hearing that sometimes he can look like, and I'm going to use this word, he can look like the villain, the bad guy, the one who's just not giving a crap. But I want, this is not putting him in a victim place, but know that this is a very challenging road that he has kind of chosen. I do see him having his moments where he does work a little bit and then he just falls back. Sometimes you've got to just throw your hands up and allow him to fall flat on his face. I think would be more difficult for your family, your parents, rather than you. And I'm also hearing that that a lot of times he gets more attention because of the issues and stuff rather than you, so that you might feel like you lack a little bit of love. I want to encourage you to get the book, The 5 Love Languages, and the author is Chapman. If that's something you can share with your family, I would, because I do feel like the way you perceive and feel and give love is probably being missed a little bit. So if you enjoy quality time where your family is always taken away, that you might feel, quote, unloved by them. So I definitely want to encourage you to get that. And if you can share that with your family, that would be great as well. Pulling another card here, Two of Swords. I feel like there's some tough decisions that your family has to make, and a little regarding your brother, but also maybe some financial things as well. I'm hearing that this can be turned around with positive intentions and belief. I'm hearing them say that, and I think it's from your mom's side. I feel like she might lead the family a little bit more than dad in dynamics. But I feel like she still has a limiting belief in money, and that she deserves it. I just don't know that she deserves it. I feel like how she grew up, she may have felt undeserving of money, been told that, been taught that. I'm hearing that you are one of the ones that are going to break that cycle within the family of deserving and believing that you deserve to have, all your needs met and more. So start setting the intention that you deserve money, you deserve love. You are a divine little aspect of God, and you deserve to be loved and cherished here in the physical as well as in the spiritual world. So very powerful, fun messages there. And I'm seeing a little brown dog. So I don't know if this is yours or it's coming to you, but I just heard this dog is lots of love for you. I feel like it's kind of a connection either to a sibling that is no longer here, or that might not have had a full-term pregnancy. But I feel like not that that's them incarnate, but there's a neat little connection there. So love that little dog. If there's not one in your family, then when you see and connect with a little tiny brown dog, kind of a little Toto dog from Wizard of Oz, just make a good loving connection with them. I feel like you'll feel some extra love and vibration there. So thank you for your question. I do hope it helped. I know it might have felt a little, well, actually it wasn't general. I was going to say it was a little general, but it was a little more specific. So if anybody else has questions, feel free to email them to me. And they don't have to be personal ones, but they can be just about, universal things and stuff and changes. So I say to you all, namaste, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, which is 3 Card Sunday. You're getting a lot of cards this weekend. Bye-bye.